And welcome, Smoky Valley Volleyball fans. This is Don Binkson along with Charlene Ramsey, and we are ready to have a final match of the season. It's home match, final match of the regular season, senior night tonight. And Charlene, you as a coach know how emotional sometimes senior nights can be. It's always a fun night. It's always a sad night.
Yeah, we're celebrating 6 wonderful seniors tonight here at Smoky Valley, and you never know. Seniors will, do one of two things: either be really up and excited, or be emotional because they know it's the last.
Yeah, it can go both ways. But I know these girls have had a lot of good seasons. The 3 seasons you were here, this season with Doug now, they've put a lot of wins on the board, and they've really been playing good. They have a lot to be happy about.
Absolutely, and I look out on the court, and those 6 seniors, started their freshman year here at Smoky Valley, and they stayed with it all 4 years, and they followed a very competitive, talented class last year, and the fact that they came out this year and stuck with it, I'm super proud of them.
They got a great record, 27-8. They did trip up a little bit last Saturday at the Abilene tournament. They won their pool, but then in the bracket part, they lost both to Rossville and Royal Valley. But all in all, I'm sure Coach, as he said this morning at quarterback club, they looked a little tired and a little weary, but now you get to come back and play your senior night here at home, and then you got Sub-State coming up Saturday. So a lot of emotion, a lot of things to be happy about playing at home.
Absolutely, and I was always glad on our schedule that we played on the Tuesday before Sub-State, because as I was looking on Max Preps today, there were several schools who don't have a game this week. Yeah. And so I like the fact that we do have this Tuesday game, and especially in our home gym tonight.
No question about that. It's always fun to be at home. And the brackets for Sub-State, we're hosting. It'll come out tomorrow morning, late morning, so we'll know exactly who we play and when we play. But it looks like if everything stays the way it is, we would end up playing Larned and then play the winner of Southeast of Saline and Heston.
Yeah. And I know Coach Snyder does not really want to see Southeast of Saline and Heston, nor would I want to. So both of those teams have had really strong seasons, and they'll be ready to play too.
And they've got good coaches. They've been around long. You mentioned Coach Peters at Heston. He's been around in that program a lot of years.
Yeah, he's highly respected in the volleyball world, and if anybody knows Heston, they know that Jason will have his team ready. And just a shout out, congrats to Coach Peters. I know he's probably not listening, but he was inducted to the Bethel Hall of Fame this last weekend.
Oh, wow, wonderful.
So, yeah, he's a good guy.
And tonight we got to get ready for Chapman. They don't have such a very good record coming in, but it's still a team that will put up a fight, and they've got to work hard tonight.
Yeah, and sometimes when you play against a team like Chapman with a record of the 5-24, if you're Chapman, you might approach this game as, what do we have to lose?
Absolutely.
And so you never know. A team like this might come out fighting and give Smoky Valley a challenge.
Yeah, they could. They very well could, because they don't have a lot of seniors on their team. We noticed they only have 3 seniors on their team, but they don't have a short roster, so they got a lot of girls out. So they get some young girls that get some experience, and we haven't seen. Have you seen them play? I obviously haven't seen them play.
No, I have not seen them play this season. No, I recognize a couple of players, from last year, and I know the Maya Kirkpatrick, an outside hitter, number 9, and the middle hitter, Sophia Kavanaugh, lead the team in kills. So I know they'll probably be the main threat for their offense.
And speaking of kills, Hope Duncan's doing really good for the Vikings.
Yeah, Hope's had a really good season with her attacking game, and has 342 kills right now. She averages 4.3 kills per set. So in 3A, she's the number 23rd stat leader, holds that position. So
in the state, yeah. So that's really good. So we're getting ready to have the national anthem before we get started here tonight. So we'll turn our microphones down and listen to the national anthem.
Are indeed the other half of education. SVHS student Ella Stanbaugh-Tuck, national anthem. Oh, say, can you see why the dawn's early light?
Very nicely done. National anthem for us tonight. Vikings playing Chapman tonight in the first match, and then Chapman will play Nickerson in the second match. We will not be broadcasting. You'll be able to watch that online, and then the final match will be the seniors will be recognized before the start, and we'll broadcast the Nickerson and Smoky Valley match at roughly 7 o'clock or whenever it is. Get ready. So enjoy tonight's action, and hopefully we'll have a couple of Viking victories here before they get ready for Sub-State coming in. And
Smoky Valley coached by head coach Doug Schneider, assistant Nicole Beeger, and assistant Kelsey Anderson. Chapman head coach is Aaron Bell, assistant Sarah Cook, and Becky Gaston.
thank you. And they are playing JV in the other gym, correct?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
This will be the JV's final games tonight as well. They'll conclude their season.
And we talked about the referees, Michael Jantz. Of course, he's a local guy, but who's the lady in the stand up on across the way?
Her name is Jenna, and I'm blank on her last name.
Okay. Well, Chapman serves first, and it's in there, and a bad hit by Peters, and it's a point for Chapman right off the bat. So we're underway here from Smoky Valley Gym. And serving is number 25 for Chapman. That is Long. Deep dug out nicely by Hope, set by Vikings, and big hit by Blanchett, but gets dug out nicely. Another dig by Hope. Here comes the set by Adrian. Back to Chapman side, and a left-handed hit dug out nicely by Hope again. Long hit by Allstedt, dug out nicely by Chapman. A long volley here for both sides. And then the dig by Hope. Here's a big hit by Blanche, and it doesn't get over the net, so it's a 2-0 lead here for Chapman early.
Yeah, and 26 from Chapman, that is Sophia Kavanaugh, who's going to be their primary go-to on the hitting attack game.
Dug out nicely by Peters. Here comes the hit from Allstedt. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Set coming, and over by Kavanaugh. Here comes another Blanchett hit, and that's a point for the Vikings. Set up nicely by Hazelwood, and the Vikings get their first point.
Yeah, Katia attacked that ball really well, and it just deflected off the Chapman blockers there.
So back at the service line, Adrian Hazelwood for her first serve of the night. Beautiful dig there by Chapman, but it's a point. It's an ace serve for the Vikings. First serve of the night goes as an ace. 2-2 here early. Adrian, good serve again. Dug out, set coming. Big hit on the back row, but dug out nicely by the Vikings. And a block, Kavanaugh, left-handed hit again. That one deflected out of bounds, so Chapman gets the side out.
Yes, our outside hitter, Avery Allstedt, provides some really nice defense on that first attack and dug the ball. And then number 26, that Sophia Kavanaugh for Chapman, came out of the skin.
Serving is Chapman. Oh, ball goes deep. And Vikings try to keep it alive off the backboard, but it doesn't go the Vikings' way, and it's a 4-2 lead for Chapman.
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit on that serve receive, making that really good pass to set our offense up.
Kirkpatrick, the server. She starts on the out-of-bounds line, then comes to the back row and a jump serve. Dug out nicely by Peters. And overpass, and Kavanaugh makes sure it doesn't get on their side of the net. So the Vikings a little bit sluggish here coming out early.
Yeah, an overpass doesn't typically end well.
No, not usually. Serve again coming dug out nicely by Hope, tipped out by Hazelwood, and a point for the Vikings. Adrian got that to a place where the Vikings needed that to go, and Chapman couldn't handle it.
Yeah, so Adrian will get credit for an attack kill on that little tip over.
Avery back serving. That one's a good serve. Goes to the back line, and Chapman has trouble, but does get it over. Blanchett with the dig. And Hope Duncan with the finish.
Connects with Hope perfectly on that outside hit there. And I know Katia ran up and did a fake, and I think the blockers from Chapman weren't quite sure who was going to attack that ball.
I think they were looking more for Blanchett to get it. There's a nice dig on the Allstet serve. Here comes the set. Kavanaugh can't get to it. Katia with it over to Hope. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Side kill coming, dug out nicely. Here's a set by Hazelwood, and a point from Duncan again. And the Vikings tie the game up with a mini 3-0 run here to get the score back to 5-5.
Yeah, I think Hope used those blockers to help tool her kill right off of the blocker's hands.
Avery doing a good job of serving. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Here comes the set. And it's just going to be over the net. Allstet, Hazelwood, Duncan. Oh, beautiful block that time by Kavanaugh. And the point goes to the Chapman Irish.
Yeah, I think that set was a little high, so those blockers had time to set up because they knew we were going to that outside hitter and sat there just kind of anticipating and waiting.
And back at the service line, Crane to serve. Dug out nicely by Cheney. Across it goes to Blanchett, over, back out by Chapman. Set coming to Kavanaugh. Left-handed hit, dug out nicely, and the Vikings keep it alive. Chapman keeps it alive. And the ball over from the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings need to stop sending so many free balls over.
Oh, and there's another, goes as a kill. It goes in the middle, and Cheney trying to get to it, just couldn't get there. And it falls for a point for Chapman now, up 7-5. Dug out by Hope. Set to Hazelwood. Blanchett with the kill, and it's a point for the Vikings. Yep. That's textbook volleyball right there.
That's in that rotation coming off a serve receive where Katia is going to swing around and hit right side in that one position and really connected well with that set.
Katia go back to serve now. Good service right in the middle. Oh, and it's an ace service that goes out of bounds.
We'll take an ace serve any day.
Absolutely. 7-7 now for the Vikings. See if they can get ahead here for their first lead of the game. Dug out nicely by Chapman, but still in the back row. Now it's going to get easy over. Tinley Scott has come in, and Tinley made it work. Got the ball over, got the Vikings their 8th point.
Tinley records her first kill of the night. Another assist for Hazelwood.
Sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. You didn't have much to do with that, but got it in the right spot.
Yep.
Kavanaugh with the Vikings get the dig. Set this Hazelwood. Here comes Hope Duncan, and it goes inside for the Vikings. Vikings a little mini 4-0 run here to take the 9-7 lead.
Adrian opted to do a back set there to Hope, and Hope was ready to attack.
Blanchett's good serve, dug out. Kavanaugh tried to push it over, but the Vikings were ready. Duncan dug out nicely by Chapman, but it was too close to the net, and they couldn't handle it, and the Vikings now up 10-7, and a timeout. Coach sensing that the Vikings are starting to take control, probably a good timeout.
Yeah, definitely so, and I felt like the Vikings were starting to pick up a little energy. Came out of the gate just a little sluggish, like you said earlier, but I think they realized that Chapman was coming to play, and they better too. They better match that.
Yeah, got to match the intensity a little bit. Now put on your coaching hat. You want to tell the Vikings that are out there on the court, keep it up. Don't let your foot off the accelerator.
Yeah, and I would probably instruct them to speed up the tempo, which means on that first pass on serve receive, you want a little bit of a flat, quick pass to your setter, and you want your setter to set the ball quickly and hit and start to pick up the tempo and catch Chapman out of system and off guard.
Yeah, because you mentioned that the high set gives the blockers time to come over and get a better position for their block.
Yeah, speed things up a little bit here.
And Katia does a nice job of getting the serve in after the timeout. Kavanaugh gets it over. Good job on the dig by the Vikings. And we're keeping it alive. Goes back over across. And overpass on that one results in a point for Chapman.
Yeah, we were out of system, is what they call that on our side, when you're just kind of swinging at the ball and trying to keep it alive.
Substitution in for the first time, Ava Locke for Chapman. In and back to serve is their best player, Kavanaugh. And it's in the net. We'll take that. 11-8. Vikings lead it here. Midway through. Back to serve for the Vikings. Noel Peters. Dug out. Set Kavanaugh. Spike. Block. Vikings keep it alive. And over. Kavanaugh with a deep pass, and it goes out of bounds. It's a good point for the Vikings.
She noticed that the Smoky Valley defenders had snuck up.
Move up, yeah.
Yeah, and she was trying to hit that corner.
Going for the back line, and just got a little bit too much.
Yeah, about 2 inches.
And Peters hits the net, but it goes over in play. Kavanaugh and pushing it over. Good job at the net by the Vikings. Oh, and mishit by Noel trying to dig that one out. Point Chapman. Back at the service line, number 3 for Chapman. That'll be Lusk. Nope, Kuntz. Carrier Kuntz. Nicely dig by Kadia. Up to... Oh, perfect shot.
Caught that corner.
Nicely done. That was Hope, wasn't it?
Yes, that was Hope.
Beautiful shot to the back line.
She made an offensive play off of something that didn't quite look like it was going to end up that way. So
made lemonade out of a lemon
that's
pass.
what they say. That's right.
Good serve by Hope. Ace serve by Hope. 14-9 Vikings with the lead.
I did look up serving percents as teams, and I have Smoky Valley as a 91% serving team and Chapman at 89. So you always want your team to be about 92.
Makes a difference. And there's another one on the line.
Ace.
Boy, perfect by Hope Duncan now with a couple of nice serves. Vikings on a 9-2 run here.
I have us down,
10-2 run.
Donnie. I have us down for 4 aces.
Yeah, I think so. And that one's going to be out.
That'll be a miss. We jinxed.
Yeah. Well, midway through the match now, the Vikings kind of have seized control of this set. We'll see how we can do. Back at the service line. Dug out nicely by Hope and pushed over by Hazelwood. Kavanaugh doesn't get it over the net, and the Vikings get it the side out again at their 16th point.
Yeah, you can kind of look at Chapman's players and their faces, and I think they look a little defeated at this point.
Yeah, they know they had a good start, but they just couldn't keep it up. Kavanaugh with the set coming over. Dug out nicely by Tinley Scott. All set with the hit. Dug out. Hazelwood. And a back row attack, and it's going to be out by Hope Duncan. Good looking play, but just a tiny bit long.
Yeah, Chapman put up a double block on that hit that Avery Allstat had, and it was a pretty strong block. Looks like Aspen Cheney has entered the game as a libero for Tinley Scott, Smoky Valley side.
Good. And Madison Oaks in for the first time, too,
Yep.
I think. And the serve doesn't get over for Chapman. Vikings get their 17th point. Kadia Blanchett, Avery Allstat, and Noel Peters on the front row, and Hope Duncan, Aspen Cheney, and Adrian Hazelwood on the back row. Hazelwood serving. Dug out nicely. Set coming on the near side, and out. Hope was looking right there. I think if it would have been in, she'd have been able to get to it. So good
Yeah, Hope did
position.
textbook defense there. You teach your players to slide all the way to the outside line, so if it does drop in, you're there. She did exactly that.
Good serve by Hazelwood. Goes deep. Free ball over for the Vikings. Here's Kadia. And Kadia finishes on the nice set by Adrian.
Yeah, she put that ball down with some force. It was a really nice attack. And I love it when your setter can just basically plant right there and not have to move, and that ball came right to Adrian to make that great set.
Didn't go as high either, so she got that spike down a little quicker. Good serve. Here comes the set to Kavanaugh. She has to go back and get it, and it's going to be out on the long hit. The Vikings get 20, 22-11. It's a 14-4 run here, and that was a strong serve. I didn't think it was going to get over the net. My goodness. She put some force behind that one, Adrian did.
She did.
Another timeout for Chapman. So they really trying to slow the Vikings down here. That's a 5-0 run, part of a 15-4 run. Now the Vikings have taken control of this first set.
Yeah, and I have us down for 5 aces, which that's a pretty large number actually for one set. So serving aggressively always helps too.
Sure, absolutely. No, after a rough start, being down 5-2, they've really made a significant turnaround here and taken control of things here. Again, the Vikings taking on Chapman in this first match. Chapman will face off against Nickerson in the next match, and then the Vikings will finish with Nickerson. They'll have their senior night before that final match with Nickerson. Hazelwood back at the service line again. Another strong serve.
Oh,
And
another ace.
Another ace. Wow.
After that timeout, you want your server to come back and serve that ball in. So that would be the reason Chapman called the timeout.
Sure, absolutely. Adrian doing a great job. That one dug nicely. Here comes the Kavanaugh has to hit it over on a free ball. Up for, Katia didn't get that where she wanted it. A rare miss for Adrian Hazelwood. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, we had a miscue there. Avery and Katia weren't sure which one was supposed to be hitting the ball, so neither one did.
Yeah. Back at the service line now, Kirkpatrick for Chapman. Dug out nicely by Hope to Hazelwood, back to Avery Allstead, over and blocked, and another set. Here comes Katia. Oh, a nice dig by Chapman there. Set and over for Chapman. Vikings get it. Hope to Hazelwood, back to Peters. Dug out nicely. Another volley going. Kavanaugh with just the hit over, not a spike. And a dump over by Hazelwood. Oh, beautiful look by Hazelwood. She took a peek and found that hole and just sent it right over.
Adrian has really nice setter hands and really vary where she goes to and what she does with the ball.
Avery Allstead to serve. Dug out nicely. Set coming. Kavanaugh with the hit. Blocked by Hope. Hazelwood. Hope over. Chapman with the dig. Coming on the spike, and it's going to be long. That's out. 24 for the Vikings. So the Vikings are up 24-12. Game point coming up. And Avery Allstead back at the service line. Dug out. And they got to hit it over from the long hit. It goes in. Dug out by Avery. To Hazelwood. To Peters, and it's going to be out. Vikings give the point to Chapman. Still game point coming for the Vikings. Dug out nicely by Cheney. Ooh, it's an overpass though into the net. Another point for Chapman. 24-14.
Yeah, you'd much rather have your passer leave that ball short than long to the net.
Dug out by
There we go.
Peters. Here comes Hope with the hit. And good dig by Noel Peters. Here's Hope again. And that one finishes it off. The Vikings with a 25-14 win in set one. See if they can come back in set two to come up with a...
Yeah, I have some leader stats here.
Okay.
Donnie Hope Duncan recorded 5 kills and 2 service ace. Avery Allstat got 1 in the attack kill column. Katia Blanchett had 3 kills and 1 service ace. Adrian Hazelwood, I have her down for 3 kills and 3 aces.
Very good.
So nice balance.
Very good
Tinley
balance.
Scott, excuse me. I also had Tinley Scott for an attack kill.
So yeah, everybody chipped in on that one, did a good job of coming back from that 5-2 deficit. So yeah, they made everything look pretty easy once they started on the roll there and got finished it out with a 25-9 run. So very well played by the Vikings in their opening set.
You know, when I see this much offense, the one thing as a coach I know is that the first pass coming off that serve must have been pretty spot on to the setter. And so you rate serve-receive passes by the number of hitters a setter can get to. So, for example, if it's a good pass to the setter, that would be a 3, a rating of 3, meaning that setter can set all 3 hitters. If the pass goes up and you give it a 2, that means that they only had 2 hitters that they could get to, that they had to come further behind the attack line possibly, or further right or left. And then a serve-receive pass of a 1 means it was so far out that the setter really only had 1 hitter to go to. And so if I was rating passing from that particular set, I think we had a lot of really good 3 passes and several 2s, which just gives you so much more offensive options.
Well, you mentioned that Adrian was there several times, didn't even have to move.
Right.
So when that ball comes high and she can go either way,
that's a 3 pass then, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely
Yes.
makes it so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think back, last year we had Maddie Toll, Abby Rose, who are both playing college ball this year, but they love those quick sets in the middle, and sometimes people would critique and say, why aren't you setting Abby and Maddie more? Well, in order to run that quick set in the middle, that pass to the setter has to be absolutely a certain way. And if the setter has to move at all, there's no way she's going to be able to do a quick set in the middle.
No.
So we would love when that pass was on, and then it gave Adrian last year those options for all 3 hitters, which is what she's doing this year too.
Well, here we go for set 2. Adrian Hazelwood will start it off on the back line to serve, and it's right in there good. Dug out nicely. Here comes a hit, and it's going to be out.
We got lucky on that one. That looked like it was going to tag the tail end of that line, but man, it dropped about an inch outside the out of bounds.
Lauren Doak is the line judge on that corner there, and no argument from the Chapman Irish. Here comes a back row hit by number 16, Jones, and that goes into the net for the Vikings out early 2-0 here.
Looks like it came off of her hand kind of funny. I don't think that's what her intention was, and she just...
Hazelwood back for her 3rd service now, and that one's going to be in the net. So, a rare service error.
Speaking of Adrian right now is the number 5 assist leader in 3A. So we're thankful that she's on our team as our setter.
Absolutely. Oh, and there's a whiff.
Yep.
That went right between Franklin in for the first time for the Vikings. Mackenzie Franklin. She's one of the seniors, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Coach getting her in tonight.
Yep. Kenzie's been involved in the program all 4 years, and is just a great young lady.
Kirkpatrick back serving again. 2-2 here early. Dug out nicely by Hope, but it goes almost out of bounds, but the Vikings get it over. Oh, and an overpass by Kavanaugh, and Claudia Blanchett was right there to put it down for the Vikings.
Claudia reads the court really well, and that comes from just playing a lot of volleyball. Mm-hmm. And she can see the court, knows where the spots are.
All set. That's a good serve, almost an ace, but here comes Kavanaugh with a big hit. Tipped by the Vikings. Dug out nicely by Cheney. Here comes Hope Duncan on the hit. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Set coming. Franklin. Hazelwood. Claudia. Oh, she didn't get it. There, she mishit that one a little bit. She was going to dump it over on the corner and just didn't get it over the net.
Sometimes if that ball has a lot of rotation, sometimes tipping the ball is hard because it'll just spin off in your fingers.
And Chapman serve. Going to be deep. No, it's right on the line. Good serve. Ace serve by Chapman.
This is looking vaguely familiar of how we started the first set, Donnie. So let's hope here in the next point or two things are going to turn around a little bit.
Absolutely. Dug out nicely by Hope. To Hazelwood. Back to Hope. And big hit off of the deflection. Oh, I thought it hit.
He was out, but I thought there was some kind of a touch on the ball.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it changed direction.
Yeah.
But they gave the point to Chapman. They're up 5-3. And Vikings get it over. Deep set. Cheney there to pick it up. Here's Hazelwood up to Duncan. Good hit. Dug out nicely by Chapman, though. Over. And the Vikings with the dig. Peters to Hazelwood. To Duncan. Dug by Chapman. Over to Kavanaugh. Dug by Hazelwood. Back row hit by, or Duncan. Not a back row hit, but a hit. Here comes Kavanaugh, and she puts it down. Wow.
She connected with that ball really, really well. Kavanaugh did for Chapman.
Yeah,
on the outside.
A rare set that was right where she needed it.
Yeah.
She's a left-handed hitter, so it needs to be a little farther on the outside.
That's right, and our blockers need to set up differently because she's left-handed.
Peters with the dig to Hazelwood, over to Duncan. All right, to Kavanaugh. She gets it over and
Yep.
mishit there by Long, and the Vikings get the point on the side out. 6-4. Vikings trail here.
I love how Hope Duncan is attacking the ball at every opportunity she can. And sometimes you'll see hitters shy away from that. If it's not a perfect pass, they'll send a free ball. And she's swinging, and I love it. I love to see that.
Blanchett with the serve, dug out nicely. There's
Like
Hope.
that.
Just like that one. And it goes in for the Vikings for their 5th point. The Vikings within one of getting this back tied after being down 6-3.
Yep, and that was a great example. That was on the second pass. Hope took advantage of it and swung.
Blanchett, good serve, dug out nicely. There's an overpass, and the Vikings get it. Duncan and Tinley Scott go up to make sure that doesn't get over on the Viking side. Excellent job. I don't know who gets credit for that.
Well, we'll give them both. There's not a .5 in kills, so.
Kavanaugh. And not over on the play, so good point for the Vikings. Oops.
Kenzie Franklin, Tinley Scott, we're ready with the block over in that corner if Chapman was going to send the ball over, but it failed to cross the net. So Smoky Valley running a 5-1 offense with Adrian as the setter.
Good serve by Blanchett. Here comes Kavanaugh with the left-handed hit. And Franklin just off her fingertips.
You can tell Kavanaugh is just a really athletic player because she can make a play out of an unconventional ball coming to her.
I mean, not where it needed to be.
Right, and she was clear out here on the outside.
She made a good play out of that. Kavanaugh go back to serve now. And then get over the net to the Vikings back on top 8-7.
Yeah, if you're Chapman coach, that frustrates you because you're starting, to get some momentum going and then you miss a serve. Maggie Riles coming in for Adrian Hazelwood. So we'll see Maggie do some setting.
She's another senior tonight. Franklin back at the service line. Good serve in play. Hit coming. Peters with, here's Maggie set to Hope Duncan. Good set, good point. Yeah, nice job, Maggie.
Maggie records her first assist of the set. Maggie has beautiful hands. I love watching the ball come off of her hands as well. Really nice soft touch.
Franklin back service again. Good short serve, dug out nicely. Kavanaugh with the dig, but to where nobody is. A little bit of a misplay there, and the Vikings up 10-7.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No one seemed to want the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if she just mishit it. There's a nice serve by good play. Vikings keep it alive. Maggie, good job keeping that alive. And good play by Franklin. Here's Maggie. Oh, she didn't get that where she wanted it, but Tinley made a great play. Franklin to Maggie. Near side to Hope. And it's going to come in and comes back to me.
That's right. Viking point. That was yours, Donnie. Did you call mine?
No, I didn't. And I didn't do anything with it. I couldn't quite reach it. So the Vikings up 11-7 now. Good 4-0 run here by the Vikings. Franklin, another serve. Back pass, dug out nicely by Franklin. There's Maggie again.
Oh, except no one's over there.
No one. She thought everybody. She went where she wanted, but it wasn't nobody where they were supposed to be.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscue there. Kenzie Franklin did a nice job digging that ball in the back row. Keep that ball alive.
And Madison Oaks in for the first time in this game. Ball comes right to her. Maggie again. Blanchett over. Dug out nicely. There's another dig by Blanchett, and we've got a point.
Net.
Chapman in the net, so it goes to the Vikings. 12-8 Vikings lead. This is a point in the other game. The Vikings were up 12-8 in the first game, and this is where they kind of took off and
took charge.
Good serve by, that's one of the bad luck things about a high school gym. It's got a
hanging net.
Hanging net in the way that put the ball into no man's land, and the Vikings get a point. There's another good Duncan serve. Kavanaugh with it. Over. Hope digs it out to Maggie and to Blanchett. Good attack.
Oh, nice play by Chapman.
Yeah, I thought that was 4 hits, but I guess it wasn't. Here's Tinley Scott with
There
a
she
nice
goes.
hit. And Tinley from Maggie Riles gets the point for the Vikings. It is 14-8 in favor of Smoky Valley. Duncan, another beautiful serve, dug out nicely. Chapman trying to do something with it and does. Tinley with the dig to Maggie, back to Tinley. Chapman with the dig to Kavanaugh. Ball up. Oh, the Vikings can't get that one. Good placement by Chapman on that one. Good effort by Hope Duncan to get to it, but she just couldn't get it dug out.
It's kind of a difficult attack to read because she has a little bit of an unconventional swing.
There's a dig by... Oh! Avery Allsted with a sensational play. But she went under the net and couldn't hold herself back.
Nice hustle play by Avery Allsted there, keeping that ball alive, and she bleeped it over the net in play. It just crossed the line for the net.
14-10 now. Chapman trying to catch up to the Vikings. Back row hit. Allsted dug out by Blanchett. Back row hit by Duncan. That one's a point. Hope Duncan puts that one down nicely from the back row. And what is that? You can hit it as long as you don't get into the 10-foot line?
Your approach has to start behind the 10-foot line, then you can cross over, but your approach has to start behind it.
Almost an ace serve there by the Vikings, but dug out nicely by Chapman. Here's Maggie to the set to Avery. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Tinley Scott with the dig to Maggie. Near side to Avery. Over. Here comes an overpass. And the Vikings get the point. Didn't quite get over, but it was in the net. And the Vikings get the point. Tinley Scott to serve for the Vikings, now leading 16-10. Dug out nicely. Here's an overpass. Maggie tips it over, but Kavanaugh saves it. And Maggie with a nice dig to Avery. Madison gets it over. A little bit confusion going on here. Dug out nicely by Hope. Here's Maggie with the set to Blanchett. And the point. Another one wasn't quite the way it was drawn up, but it still results in a Viking point.
Yeah, and you hope by this point in the season your hitters can make something, happen like that. And that's exactly what Katya did with that play. May not have been exactly like she wanted, but at that point, too, you got to just make something happen.
Yeah, it was what she could handle, though.
Right.
It wasn't anything that was out of bounds.
Too big right.
Yeah, it was maybe not perfect, but it was still playable, and she did a good job.
Sometimes your younger players will just try to swing no matter what and don't realize that's not a ball you can swing, full swing. So she did a nice job of controlling that attack.
Yeah, sometimes it's more important to get it over the net than to try to make sure you get a convincing point. So
right.
Vikings have edged up with a 17-10 lead now. They were up 17-11 at one point in the first match and went on to win 25-14. So Chapman has called another timeout to kind of slow the Vikings down here a little bit.
What league? Do you know what league Chapman's in, Donnie?
I would imagine the NCKL with Wamego and Abilene and those. Good serve by Tinley Scott. Overpass. Maggie with the set. Blanchett with the tip. Beautifully done. Those two giving each other a little smile and a shove.
I think they're trying to run a quick in the middle, and they just aren't quite connecting. That's why that short little set's coming up. I think that's what she's trying to do.
Almost an ace serve there by Tinley. There's Maggie to Blanchett, over to Avery.
Oh!
Beautiful. Blanchett with a nice set to Avery, and the Vikings' 19th point.
Avery connected so well on that set, and that's an assist for Katya. That doesn't happen in the Killers hitting column very often.
Another good serve by Tinley. Chapman gets it over. Oakes with a dig to Maggie, to Avery. Oh, another good hit by Avery for the Vikings' 20th point.
I have Maggie Rouse down for 6 assists already, Dom.
Yeah, she's come in. They haven't all been perfect. They're all in the one category,
That's
I think,
right.
but they're working. Oh, and that one's deep and out of play. Hope got that one too long. 22-11.
I don't have us down, Donnie, for any blocks, solo or assisted blocks.
I don't think so, because Chapman has hit most of them, just hit them over to get them over the net.
A lot of free balls.
Dug by Hope to Maggie, to Avery. Another Viking point. That's a good combination in this game.
Yes, it is. That was one of those 3 passes, too, to Maggie. She had lots of options who she wanted to go to.
And Maggie back to serve now. Good serve. Almost an overpass, but they get it over the net. Hope Duncan to Maggie. To Avery. Dug out nicely by Chapman. Another set. Kavanaugh. Maggie keeps it alive, but not in the right spot for the point for Chapman. 21-12. And Chapman to serve. Back at the service line, Kirkpatrick. 21-12. Viking lead. Good dig by Hope on the short serve. Here's Katia.
Oh.
Nails that one. That was textbook there.
Yeah. I think I said earlier on one of the other broadcasts, Katia hits that outside ball just as well as she hits the middle. And sometimes I'm not so sure she didn't hit outside the best.
Better, yeah.
She likes that high set and just really pounded that ball. It was a great set by Maggie Riles.
Avery goes as an ace serve. It hits the net and just crawls over, and then nobody there for Chapman.
You know, in the olden days when I played, Donnie, that didn't count. Counted as a service error.
Chapman with the set to Kavanaugh. She just has to get it over to Cheney. Here comes Maggie. Here comes Franklin. Dug out. Oh! Everybody said they had it and nobody took it. It's a Viking 24-12 game point again here for Smoky Valley.
Kenzie Franklin records her first kill of the match.
Dug out nicely by Chapman. There's another one. Kavanaugh gets it. Dug out by Cheney. Here's Maggie. Near side to Hope Duncan. And that's the Viking win. 25-14, 25-12. The Vikings take care of business against the Chapman and win this first match 2-0 and really come out after not finishing like they wanted to at Abilene. They came out and played well in this first set tonight.
Yeah, a lot of really nice offense was generated. Hopefully that'll be a nice way to start the evening and finish out tonight with Nickerson on that last match of the night. But
what do you got for offense?
Yeah, I got Katia Blanchett recorded 5 kills on that set. Avery Allstet 4. Hope Duncan 5. Avery Allstet also had an ace. Had Maggie Riles then with 10 assists and Kenzie Franklin with a kill. So again, a nice distribution.
And I have only one service error for both matches. I didn't see any other. I don't think I missed, but I could have, but I don't think I did. But to have one service error, we talked about that on our last broadcast. We had 4 or 5 service errors in the one match, and that certainly was the difference in the game. So Vikings, they're higher than your 91%.
That's absolutely right, and that's what you want at this time of the year for sure. You want to be going into sub-state. I always liked about a 93, 94, because when you're at state, you need to be about 95.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. So good job by the Vikings in that service area, and that'll wrap up our first broadcast. So the Vikings take care of business in set 1 against Chapman, and Chapman will take on Nickerson now in the next one, and the Vikings improve to 28 and 7. 28 and 8. Yep.
28 and 8.
28 and 8 now is the Vikings record. So securing their spot for the number 1 seed in the sub-state. So now as Chapman and Nickerson get ready, we'll turn our headsets off, watch and enjoy the match, and we'll be back for the start of the Nickerson and Smoky Valley one. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Donnie.
At this time, we would like to take the opportunity to recognize our senior athletes and their parents. Their commitment and hard work over the past 4 years has been greatly appreciated. There is no doubt that SVHS is a better place because of their involvement. Senior Aspen Cheney, daughter of Terry and Adam Cheney. Senior Addie Ellis, daughter of Alicia and Hayden Chapman. Senior Kenzie Franklin, daughter of Mandy Gilbert. Senior Madison Oates, daughter of Kendra and Josh Oates. Senior Noelle Peters, daughter of Robin Peters and Chuck Peters. Senior Maggie Riles, daughter of Deanna Riles and Dave Riles.
Well, on behalf of myself, Coach Anderson, Coach Beegert, we would like to thank each of you seniors for the opportunity to coach you this season. It has truly been an honor to work with all of you as you progress through your volleyball career. Your hard work, dedication to this program has made an indelible mark on this team in 2022. You have given of your energy, your passion, your spirit, your personality, and your love of the game and your team. Your contributions to the success of this team are too numerous to mention individually, but have most definitely been instrumental to this program and to your teammates over there. Each of you are amazing young women who possess so many remarkable and unique traits, and we know that you will continue to take these traits on to the next phase of your life after Smoky Valley Volleyball. You have used your volleyball skills to make an impact on this program that will last forever. Aspen, Addie, Kenzie, Maggie and Noelle, thank you for all you have meant to Smoky Valley Volleyball, Smoky Valley High School, your teammates, your family, your coaches, and to me as well. You welcomed me in this season with open arms, and from the bottom of my heart, I have loved the experience of coaching each and every one of you. You truly have meant the world to us, and we are all blessed that you have allowed us to be a part of your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for these 16?
Volleyball fans, this is Don Binks along with Charlene Ramsey. We're here for game 2, match 2 of the night against the Nickerson Panthers, and the Vikings welcomed their seniors and honored their seniors tonight. That's always an emotional night for players and coaches, and you have a little blood, sweat, and tears in with these girls.
Yeah, they're a great group of seniors and have the wonderful opportunity to coach them their freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And just so excited that they're having such great success this season.
And they are. Madison Oaks, Noel Peters, Addie Ellis, Maggie Riles, Kinsey Franklin, and Aspen Cheney, and what great kids they are, as well as good volleyball players.
Yes, most definitely. And I think I mentioned earlier, too, that they followed a very talented senior class last year who graduated and really had some expectations for the girls this season, and they definitely have stepped up and provided some really nice leadership for the squad.
Well, the Vikings came in tonight suffering a little bit of a setback at Abilene over the weekend, but they showed no remorse at that. They won against Chapman 25-14, 25-12. So now they face this Nickerson team who lost the first game to Chapman by the score 25-18, but then they came back and looked a little more convincing, winning 25-14, 25-12. As a coach, what do you tell your players to get ready for in a match like this?
You know, I would probably just remind them that this is the last home match of the regular season. We want to end strong as we head into Sub-State on Saturday and just do all the things that we know that we do well, and let's take care of the ball on our side before we worry about the other side of the net. Yeah,
you got to take care of yourself first. And looking on the other side of the net, Nickerson has some young players that have some potential.
Absolutely. They, I was looking to see what our scores were last time. We played Nickerson twice already this season, and Nickerson scored 18 to our 25 and 18 again 25 end of August, and then in September scored 14 to our 25 and 14. But I know that they played Hillsborough competitive last week. They did lose to Hillsborough, our number 1 CKL winner, but they did score 18 and then 23 in the second set. So we know they have the potential to put some points on the board. So they're going to be led by Destiny Pounds, number 8, Ayla Onchez, number 5, Kelsey Abernathy. She's posted 113 kills on the season. So they're really good setter. They lost this season to a transfer to Hutch, Josie McLean, but they have transitioned to a new setter and definitely have some potential to get those balls to the hitters.
And of course, Ava Jones is on this team too, and she certainly would be a spark in the middle that they lost because of that tragic accident that she was in.
Absolutely. And I see Ava in the stands tonight. It's really good to see her up and moving and making a recovery, and we just wish nothing but the best for she and her family.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll put a plug in for Friday night's football game, because we also play them Friday night, and the tailgate is a benefit for their family. So make sure you make plans to come out and join that tailgate. Give a generous donation to that family and that cause, because they're just a super family.
Absolutely. And we just, most of us can't imagine what they've had to endure and the challenges. And you're right, it's been really awesome to see our league and just the whole state of Kansas rally behind that family and try to provide some support and ease up maybe some of the stress that they have faced.
And you had the league standings there. Why don't we talk about them real quick before we get started here?
Yeah, so this tonight, even though Nickerson and Smoky Valley are in the same league, this is not a league counted contest. League wrapped up last week. So winning the CKL league, Hillsborough posted a 9-0 record. Smoky Valley was second in the league, 8-1. Of course, that one loss to Hillsborough. So Smoky
3 times during the
absolutely.
year.
Of the 8 losses, 3 are to Hillsborough. And then number 3, Halstead at 7-2, and Hoisington and Pratt tied then for 4th at 5-4.
And then Heston is in there, which is in our sub-state. Nickerson is in there, it's our sub-state. Lions and Larned are also in our sub-state. So we'll see all those this coming up on Saturday, and that's what the next step the Vikings have to take is Saturday's sub-state. So
right. And Heston, they finished the league at 4-5. Right now they are posting a 19-14. I watched them play last week a couple games, and I just never count Jason Peters, the head coach at Heston, out, because the man knows volleyball like no other, and he can produce quality teams no matter what he's working with.
And you mentioned that Nickerson tonight doesn't have their head coach here.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she's at. Chelsea Nichols is their head coach. She's first year. Nickerson as head coach. She was assistant coach last year. And Peyton Shear was their head coach, and she's at Cheney now in the Cheney school system. So Chelsea moved up to head coach. But I'm not seeing her tonight, so I'm not sure where she's at, but one of the assistants is acting as head coach tonight.
Okay. Well, we'll take what we got. We don't know what the reason for it is, but we'll take on who we got. So we're just about ready to take on action here, and the Vikings and the Nickerson Panthers ready for the second set for the Vikings of the night. Second set for Nickerson on the night. They won 2 out of 3 against Chapman. The Vikings took care of business 2-0 against Chapman. So it'll be Blanchett and Allstet and Maggie Riles taking the front row, and Tinley Scott, Hope Duncan, and Noelle Peters on the back row. And Aspen Cheney looks like she'll switch right away. We're ready to go. Hope we have a good match.
Here we go.
Nickerson will start serving back at the service line. I don't know which number 2 that is. Would you happen to know?
I do not.
I do not either. So Maggie with the set, coming over to Allstet. Good spike, but dug out nicely. And there's a ball by number 9 for Nickerson. That is Hambrick, with the first point going to Nickerson.
Yeah, she saw it in that cross court, back court, and caught us off guard.
That serve is out, so there's a service error for Nickerson. And ties up the score 1-1. Maggie Riles at the back row. Good serve, good dig, good set. Pushed over Maggie, Peters, and Katia. Pretty perfect spot for Katia to get the Vikings' second point.
Yeah, she saw that perfectly well. That donut, as they call it in volleyball, that's the center part of the court.
Maggie again, good serve. Set coming. Hit, good dig by Hope, Maggie, and Avery with a good block, but it's going to go deep, and another Viking point, 3-1.
Avery Allstet recording another kill of the night here in this set.
Oh, good serve. And, Avery couldn't play that one. It didn't look like it was going to get over the net, but it crawled over the edge, and Nickerson closes the gap, 3-2. Back to serve is Abernathy. And she serves it into the net, so the Vikings get the point.
I have Nickerson down as a 92% serving team.
That's better than the Vikings, right?
Yeah. So that error was kind of rare, I think, for them.
Good serve.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Katia was in the net.
Oh, she was in the net, okay.
She looked way too guilty. She had a big smile on her face, and she gave it away.
Because it was on a block, and then she hit it, but she just stayed up long enough and got into the net for the point for Nickerson. So coming in to serve now, number 11, one of the 11s. I'll say it's the older one, Kaufman. Oh, and a miss hit by
Brianna Nassman kind of went between them, and then I think Brianne reacted in the last minute and spun off of her hands. It was pretty close to being out.
Yeah, it was.
It came at her pretty high.
And that one in the net. So another service error for Nickerson. Katia Blanchett going back to serve for the Vikings. dig. Good dig by Katya. Up, coming to Hope. And Hope with the kill, but it got played by Nickerson. And that ball in the net by Hambrick, and another point for the Vikings. Up 6-4.
Donnie, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot more energy from Nickerson this game than I did at Chapman.
And Katya with the service error. Rare error for the Vikings, so 6-5 in the book.
It's nice to see a good student section here tonight supporting our Lady Vikings.
Yeah, what's the cause over there? The construction look. They got some construction hats. Are they the village people?
I saw that the theme was construction tonight.
Ah, good. Oh, hit over, and they're going to say Maggie just got that one right in her lap. She couldn't really do anything with it.
Yeah, that's a double contact. It rolled off the top of her arms down to her wrist, so that would be considered a double.
Ties the game up at 6-6. Oh, right on the line. What an ace serve.
Yeah, when in doubt, you just really want your girls to go for that ball if it's that close, because you never know with the line judge how they saw it and their angle.
And Nickerson up 7-6 here. I put that on the wrong side. Good set. Here comes Hope with the hit, and it crawls down the net. The Vikings make a good play to keep it alive. Brianna over. Nickerson set. We talked about this young lady coming in and playing good. Pickering.
Yeah, I really like number 18 on Nickerson. She's a sophomore, and she's only 5'4", but man, her vertical is amazing. She's going to be a really fun player to watch. She's got a lot of energy, and she gets after it.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it looks like a different team out here. It looks like they're playing with a little more emotion against the Vikings.
Maybe a little rivalry there.
Sure. Maggie with the set up to Hope coming in, and good hit going deep, and the Vikings are going to get the point.
Recorded first kill on this set for Hope Duncan, hitting on that outside position.
And Maggie gets replaced by Adrian Hazelwood.
Maggie had 3 assists already in that set, so good start for Maggie.
Good to let the senior get the start tonight. Coming over on the easy over. Set coming for Adrian up to Hope, and it gets blasted in there, but Nickerson makes a good play on it, but it's going to go way out.
Yeah, number 22 for Nickerson. She saw the Vikings creep up, and she tried that corner shot.
Well, that was a favorite of hers as we were watching the match between them and Chapman. She did that quite often. And what a block by Hope Duncan. My goodness.
That was a great block by Hope. She read that, and her timing was just spot on.
And that was a big hit by Pickering. That was a hard hit,
Yeah,
but it went.
that's the first block of the night for the Vikings.
Abernathy plays it up over the net. Katya to Timmy Scott with the kill, but it played good by Nickerson. Good play by Adrian. Katya keeps it in play. Here's Adrian. Hope's going to tip it over, and it's going to be played by Nickerson. Safe. Good dig by the Vikings, and deep shot by Hazelwood. Comes another kill. Good up by Peters. Hope Duncan with the good hit. Still play kept alive. Good volleys here going by both teams. Hazelwood. Tinley Scott. Good dig by Nickerson. Good dig by the Vikings. And Hope with a kill. Wow. That was a great point.
That was a really fun rally. That ball just went back and forth across the net. Everybody playing that chess match, trying to figure out where that open shot's going to land.
Noel Peters with the serve. Good dig by Nickerson. Oh, misplay.
Ace serve. Ace serve for Noel Peters.
Vikings on a 5-0 run here to take an 11-8 lead. Dig, set, and spike. Good play by Katya. Over to Hope. And a nice block. But it goes out of bounds, and Hope gets the kill.
Yeah, Hope tooled that hit right off the block. And
you talk about the ups that Pickering has. Hope's got a little bit of ups as well.
Absolutely, she does. I've always felt like Hope plays bigger than what she really is. She's got a big swing. She plays on a really competitive club team out of Wichita.
Oh, Noel service error. Second one for the Vikings. So back at the service line, we'll say it's Newman. I don't know which one of the number 4s it is for Nickerson. There's another kill by Hope, another perfect set by Adrian.
Yes. Hope's posted 4 kills in this match already, and earlier game against Chapman, she posted 10, so 14 on the night already.
Ooh, that was very close, but
Yeah.
called out by the line judge, Rita Olson. (13-10). Vikings with a 3-point edge here as they bring a freshman in now. She's got some height. 6-foot freshman for Nickerson. Childs is her name. Good dig by Katya. Adrian. And Hope gets it over. Good set. Hit by the freshman, dig out by Madison, tried to keep it alive, and wasn't really a hard kill, but it just found a spot where no Viking was.
Yeah, Maddie Oaks got a hand on it, just not a playable ball, and Hope gave some great energy to try to pop it
Tried
up.
to keep it up, yep. Oh, and right on the line, ace by Pickering. So not as only is she good at the net, she's a good serve too.
Yeah, that was a tough spot. That's what you call serving in traffic.
Good dig by Katya. Here comes Tinley Scott with the hit. Good dig. And another ace another kill by Nickerson to tie the game up at 13-0. So they're on a 4-0 run.
Yeah, Adrian and Tinley tried to put a block on it, but it just spun off their hand out of bounds.
That one definitely out. So the Vikings get it on the side out. Take a 1 point, 14-13 lead. Good serve. Vikings dig it out nicely. Hazelwood tips it over, but played nicely by Nickerson. Got it played up. Good job by Avery Allstead to get that. Keep that ball in play. And Tinley with a great play. And the Vikings get it over the net. 2 outstanding plays there. Oh, and a good in the net is Nickerson. So a little break for the Vikings there.
I love the energy the Viking girls showed in defense. Man, they were just diving for the ball and really communicating well.
Excellent. 2-point Viking lead. Tinley Scott. It's a nice deep serve on. Tinley with the dig. Hazelwood. Comes Avery. Avery gets it in there. Good job, Vikings.
Avery Allstead's having a really nice night tonight. Both games she's played so well and hitting that ball between those blockers. And
Tinley Scott with another serve. That was a low, great ace serve. Now the Vikings answer with a 4-0 run. Nickerson decides to call a timeout. Good timeout. They're starting to get a little momentum building up on the Viking side here.
yeah, you can definitely feel it. And Viking girls are showing some really nice energy. And I'm sure the Nickerson coach wanted to try to stop that and see if they can side out on this next ball.
Okay.
We mentioned earlier, Donnie, 3 of the 8 losses Smoky Valley had were to Hillsboro, and the other ones that I had written down were Ellenwood, Cheney, then Royal Valley, and Rossville, which came out of that Abilene tournament on Saturday. But had 30% of the Smoky Valley matches this year have gone to 3 sets.
And almost every one of their losses have been to a ranked opponent. Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Because Ellenwood, when they lost to them, even though they're a smaller class, they're still ranked. So.
Yeah, they're number 4 or 5, I think, right now in 2A.
Good serve by Tinley. Dug out nicely. Vikings get a free ball here to Adrian, to Katya. They're going to get it over. Good play by Nickerson. Another big hit by Katya. Goes deep. It's played by the Vikings. Here's Hazelwood. Over to Avery. And an ace by Avery. Nice spike by Avery. Good rally by the Vikings.
Yes, good defense. And, man, give credit to Nickerson, though. They just kept attacking the ball at us.
Tinley back at the service line again. And they play, good job by Tinley to get in the right spot. Katia gets it over. Nickerson with the set. Played, and they're going to go into the crowd. Tinley tries to get it, but a good effort. A nice 5-0 run by the Vikings ended with that side out to Nickerson for their 14th point, but the Vikings lead 18-14. Back at the service line, one of the twos, Morrell. Madison to Hope to Katia, and she finds the donut, as you called it.
Yeah, she sure did. Had a nice soft touch on that ball and put it exactly where she wanted it to go.
Noelle Peters back in for the Vikings. Noelle Peters, Blanchett, and Avery on the front line. Adrian Hazelwood serving. And they keep it alive. Dug out by Hope. Here's Peters. Oh, it's going to be deep. Point for Nickerson, 19-15. And back to serve Abernathy. Dug out by Hope. To Hazelwood. To Blanchett. Big hit.
Oh, nice.
And it is in. That had to be right on the line.
Yeah, Katia really got on top of that ball and just sent it home.
She's tall anyway, and she's got some pretty good ups to get up there and get that ball.
Yeah, she's got a really fast swing.
All set. Good serve. Good set. And Cheney with the dig. And another donut shot by Hope. The Dunkin' Donut got in the spot.
I love that Hope doesn't feel like she has to slam the ball every single time.
Absolutely.
You know, a really great player sees that it has to be different shots that you apply now and then.
Good dig by the Vikings to keep the ball alive. Tinley gets it over. Good dig by Nickerson. Here comes a hit. And Vikings get a block. Nickerson playing another block. And Katia with a nice block. Vikings get a 22-15 lead. And Nickerson with another timeout. That was a lot of good play at the net there.
That was, and you know, I have Katia Blanchard right now as a number 7 leader on the stat board for 3A. So she has 70 total blocks this season, 54 assisted, 16 solo. So the fact that she blocked that ball was no surprise.
Well, she's smart, like you said. She's been around volleyball for a few years and knows where to play. Watches how the balls are set and moving around where the hitters are getting themselves, so she can position opposite them. So
yeah, and you know, you can teach a player how to attack, how to set, but teaching a player how to read the court is really, really difficult. And she, for a sophomore, does that very, very well. And again, that comes from just getting on the court and playing.
So the Vikings have a 22-15 lead. See what happens here with Avery Allstate back at the service line. Good serve. Well, that's a little trouble. They're going to have to get it over, and they do. Adrian to Katia to Hope. Oh, that one didn't quite get her timing down on that one.
No, that was tough. She wished, I can see her face, and she wishes she had the do-over on that.
Yeah, if she's not quite sure where to go, would that be just better to get it over the net?
Yeah, just do a nice roll shot.
22-16, Nickerson serving. Dug out by Brianna. Here comes Katia again, right on the line.
Yep.
23-16.
That's that outside. Katia hits the outside so well. Right side and outside.
And she goes back to the service line to serve. Good serve. Oh, and the Vikings, it wasn't really a hard hit by Pickering, but it was tipped by the Vikings and tipped to a place where they had trouble playing it.
Yeah, I think our blockers were on their way down, and so the ball came off their hands and then just landed behind them.
23-16, Vikings still up by 6. Good dig by Katya to Hazelwood, over to Hope. And Hope gets it played, so it goes up into the crowd on the deflection, and the Vikings are at game point 24-17.
You could tell exactly where Hope was wanting to go, and the defense just did not read it at all, because if you watch a hitter's shoulders, you know where they're going.
There's a set. Good dig by Katya to Adrian to Hope. And, they keep it alive. Katya to Adrian to Tinley. And that's the game point. Tinley Scott with the kill. Another great set by Adrian Hazelwood, and the Vikings take care of business in match one. Even though they had a couple of service errors for both teams, the Vikings prevail 25-17. What do you got for some stats?
Katya Blanchett posted 5 kills and assisted block. Avery Allstat 3 kills. Hope Duncan 6 kills, 1 solo block. Noelle Peters had a service ace. Tinley Scott had a service ace and an attack kill. Adrian Hazelwood posted 8 assists, and Maggie Riles 3 assists.
Nicely done by the Vikings. And again, the Vikings, this is the last regular season match. Sub-state brackets will be coming out tomorrow, so they will know who they play exactly, and when they play. Most likely be a 2 o'clock game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Swisher said, at 2 o'clock most likely, and then there'll be a game in between, and then semis and finals.
So they'd be a 2 o'clock game, and then probably a 4 o'clock game, and then a 5 o'clock game. So be 3 matches to win sub-state. You got to win 3 matches.
Yeah, and most likely Smoky Valley will be that number 1 seed by everything we're looking at tonight. It'll be where the rest of them fall, especially in the middle.
So the Vikings take care of business here, winning the first 2 matches against Chapman, and then taking game 1 in this nightcap 25-17. So they're back on the court to go again to see if they can close this one out quickly. Appreciate all the work that Mike Rose does to have all these broadcasts on live.smokyvalley.org. That's where we'll be on Saturday for the sub-state game matches as well.
Shout out to our score table workers too, Julie Martin, Christine Dieterding, and Beth Ferguson tonight, helping us this home match.
Always have to have the numbers in the right spot.
Somebody keeping that scorebook correctly.
And again, Friday night is the last regular season football game. That will be against Nickerson also. And again, the tailgate benefit to the Jones family. It'll be walking tacos, I think I read. So come out and enjoy a tailgate before the football game. Here's the first serve by Adrian Hazelwood. A little trouble, but Nickerson's going to get it over. Duncan gets the set to Hazelwood to Avery Allstat. Good play by Nickerson. Ball rattles around in the point for the Vikings. We didn't mention, but during that Chapman and Nickerson, 2 balls got hung up in the in the equipment up there. That's a rarity.
Yeah, it is. That one bounced around up there like it was going to get stuck.
Hazelwood's second serve. Oh, good tip over by Katya. Got called for being in the net.
Yeah, even if your hair is in the net, it's considered in the net. It doesn't matter what part of your body.
Okay. 1-1. No Nickerson. Morrell back to serve. Franklin, has to go off the tip of her hand, but good hustle by, and it's not going to count off of the wall.
That was a good hustle play.
By Hope to get it even, keep it alive at all.
Absolutely.
Went off the back wall, so that's considered out of bounds. So 2-1 Nickerson. Dug out by Franklin to Hazelwood to Katya. Block. Good block by Nickerson on that one. 3-1 Nickerson lead.
Yes, it was. I don't think the Vikings were ready for Katya to get blocked on that shot.
Not very often does that happen.
No.
Short serve, good dig by Franklin. Here's Hazelwood over to Allstat. Tip over and played by Nickerson. Good effort. Here's Katya. Tips it over to the donut and it falls in for a Vikings' second point of the match, 2-3. Nickerson with the lead. All step back to serve for the Vikings. Serve in. Dig. Good play by Aspen Cheney. She caught the little tip over, but played by Nickerson. And over. Good play by Allstead. To Hazelwood. To Duncan. That was tipped and point for the Vikings.
Yeah, nice set by Adrian to set up that offensive play for Hope.
Allstead back to the service line. Good dig by Nickerson. That was going to be close to being out of bounds, so it's way deep. Good dig by Adrian Hazelwood. Up to Hope. Oh, and it's out. Just barely out.
Yeah, Adrian does a nice job of running our offense, and I have that she's posted 770 assists already this season.
Dig by Brianna Peters. Coming over to Hope Duncan. Good dig by Nickerson on that one, Abernathy. Good block by Katya. Goes over Peters to Hazelwood. To Duncan. Oh, they didn't know who I was going to, and Duncan put it away.
Yeah, I don't know if they still call it. Last year we had a special name for that play, and I don't know if they're still calling it that, but it's either called orange or black, and the purpose is to psych out those blockers on the other side of the net.
Good deep serve by Katya. Oh, they got it over. Good, excellent play by Nickerson to get that one over. Here's Duncan on the hit. And good point by Duncan.
Adrian and Hope really do such a nice job connecting. They've played together for many, many years, and you can tell their chemistry is really on.
Katya with a good serve, dug out nicely. Set coming, and dig by Peters. Good to Hazelwood. Good to Duncan. And good point, Vikings. 6-4, a little mini 3-0 run.
I'm sure if you're one of the sub-state teams that hasn't seen Smoky Valley and you're watching some scouting tape, you're going to want to keep track of Hope.
Yep, no question about that. Good serve by Katya. Good play, but the net. Good job. Tinley just knocked it back over. Good dig by Katya to Adrian. To Hazel or Hope. Good job by Hope not going into the net. Good dig by Brianna. Oh, Tinley missed that one.
Yeah.
She mistimed her jump a little bit. I don't know if she...
Well, and that pass was really close to the net. It pushed her all the way up to the net, and she was trying to locate it, I think, over her shoulder, and it's kind of tricky.
Point went to Nickerson. Just a 1-point game here. Vikings with the lead. This one's got to get it. Let's get it over. Good set coming. And good hit by Pickering.
Yep.
Ties the score up at 6-all. Peters with a nice dig. To Hazelwood. To Hope.
Yeah. Those are the best kind of balls for Hope, where she has to come around and she gets a really wide swing on it.
And quick, just comes up there so quick from the kind of a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an out by Pickering. That was a big hit too, but just didn't find the court. It goes out. Vikings with an 8-6 lead. Franklin with the serve. Set coming. Here comes Pickering again. Oh, and that one's down.
That one she connected. Tagged our baseline there. A really nice shot, really nice cross-court shot.
She'll be a force to deal with in the next couple of years.
Yeah, she will. Absolutely. It'll be fun to keep track of her.
Back at the service line, Nelson to serve for Nickerson. Peters with the dig. Here comes Duncan. That one's going to be out. A rare out by Hope.
Yeah, she has a big swing, and so she needs the ball a little bit further on the outside for her to really connect well and kind of close to the net.
And a service error for Nickerson. Vikings up 9-8. Hope Duncan to serve. Dug out nicely. Set coming. Hope with a nice dig to Hazelwood to Avery.
Yeah.
We're going to call it out.
Outside the pin.
Outside the red and white pin there.
Yeah.
So.
Talking about Hope digging the ball so well in this back row. And I have her as a number 12 leader on the leaderboard in 3A. She has 338 digs, which will probably place her on the leaderboard for Smoky Valley single season.
Oh, there's another dig by Hope. Tinley with a tip over. Tipped. Dug and spiked by Allsted, but a nice dig by Nickerson. Oh, what a shot. I talked about Abernathy doing that. She likes that shot.
Yep.
She looks like she should be a kill leader, but she likes to go with that deep shot.
She sees the court well to know when it's open.
10-9. Vikings still with the lead. Nickerson serving. Katya to Hazelwood to Tinley Scott, but blocked, but Madison Oaks right there to pick it up. Hope Duncan, oh, and she didn't get it over the net.
Yeah, so Smoky Valley needs to regroup here a little bit. Nickerson's tied the game up here, and we're making some errors that are not forced by Nickerson.
Katya with a good dig to Hazelwood to Allsted, good block. Hope to Hazelwood to Tinley Scott with a nice kill. Vikings back on top 11-10. This game's seesawing back and forth.
Yeah, Tinley really connected well with that ball in the middle for that kill. That set by Adrian was just exactly what Tinley needed there.
Tinley back to the service line. Just about an ace, but they play it good. There's a dig by Hope, but it goes the wrong way and goes out of bounds. Point Nickerson to tie the game up at 11-11.
Yeah, Nickerson's not giving up here.
Nope, they are not.
They're wanting to take this set and push it to 3.
Got to throw a little plug in for one of my grandsons. His birthday is 11-11-11.
Oh, goodness.
Nice dig by Madison Oaks. Here comes Katya. Beautiful play for the Vikings. Yeah, and he'll be 11 now on 11-11-11.
That's crazy. That doesn't happen very often, I don't think.
That's your magic, what do they call it, your magical birthday? Or
Yeah.
So, good for him. Hazelwood, nice serve. Oh, that was a catch. Vikings with the 14th point now. Or 13th, pardon me. 13-11, 2-point lead for the Vikings. Good serve by Hazelwood. Dug out nicely, though. And good play. Here comes Hope with the dig to Hazelwood to Blanchett. Oh, she's just going to tip it over. This time she won't tip it over.
There she goes.
Got a free ball there, and she made use of it.
I love how she was showing with her hand. You teach players to read the attacker's hands, and if they're cupping it, they're going to tip, and if they're open hand, they're going to hit. And she really showed that she was going to attack, and she actually tipped.
Oh, and there's a good play by Nickerson. I think she was surprised that she got it in that spot.
Yeah, she looked like it after that rally ended.
14-12, Vikings. Neither team has had more than a 3-0 run. Each team has had 2 3-0 runs. So
wow.
It's been a real even match here. Hope with the dig to Adrian, to Avery. Oh, they got it back over somehow. Set by Blanchett. Dig by Nickerson. Oh, good play by Madison, or Aspen.
Aspen was right there ready for that.
Another dig by Aspen to Hazelwood, to Blanchett. She's going to tip it over. Played nicely by Nickerson. Good block by the Vikings. Good dig. Oh, I thought Hope was going to get there. She's just a step short. And Nickerson with their second point now, cutting the lead to 1, 14-13.
It's a good rally back and forth.
Good volleys back and forth. You bet. Dig by, oh, that one kind of went off of Franklin's arm a little bit to tie the game up at 14-all. Time for a rally here, Vikes. Let's get a side out and get this rally going. Franklin, oh, there's a free ball over, and that paid the price.
Those don't work well. Those overpass, man, you just kind of
cringe a
clench
little
your
bit.
teeth and just keep your fingers crossed that you're not going to eat it.
So Nickerson takes the lead here. The first more than a 3-0 run. This is a 4-0 run by Nickerson. Hope gets it out. Oh, and it hits the standard and goes out of bounds. 16-14 lead now. 5-0 run by
We're really
Nickerson.
struggling on serve receive here, Donnie. Just trying to get that ball up to our setter.
Comes a set to Adrian, to Katya, and that doesn't get over the net. Do go Dick Vitale. Time for a TO, baby. Time
Yep.
for a TO.
Yeah, probably so. We've got 2 of them.
Nickerson on a little bit of a roll here. 6-0 run. Dig by Hope. Avery goes out near the crowd to get it. Hazelwood's going to get it over the net. See if the Vikings can play a little defense here. Good play by Katya, but they get it over.
Oh, goodness.
And the Vikings,
Oh, goodness.
miscommunication between the Vikings there.
Yeah, we need to regroup here.
And timeout is taken by Coach Snyder as the Nickerson rally. It reaches a 7-0 run now, so Vikings are going to have to regroup a little bit and break this momentum a little bit.
Yeah, Nickerson definitely not playing like a 13-21 team
No.
right now. I mean, they've got some really nice energy. They're hustling to the ball, and we need to keep up what we can do well on our side of the net. So
We're looking a little flat-footed in this right now. We're just not moving like we were in the first couple of games. So.
yeah, and I really think that serve receive pass, we need to really focus on making that first pass off of this timeout right to the setter, get that ball set up for a kill and regroup.
Not a 1 or a 2, but a 3.
Yes, that's exactly right. And at a timeout, I would probably, and that's when I would tell my setter of who the hitter is that I want them to go to. So find the hitter that's hot and let's get this turned around.
Oh, and there it goes right out of bounds by Franklin. So.
Yeah, and if you're the server, you can see frustration on Kenzie's face. And if you're the server, you're probably going to keep going at her.
Sure, absolutely. That's a little help.
Yes, it is. A missed serve by Nickerson.
Service there. They're second of the match. 19-15. Vikings trail.
They had some good momentum going before that.
Good serve by Allstott. Franklin with the dig. To Hazelwood. To Duncan. And that's right on the line.
There we go. Maybe that will be the impetus to get things going here.
When you need a point, go to one of your best kill players, like you said. And
that's right. You got to find the hitter that's hot. Turn it around.
Exactly where they went. Allstott, good serve again. Dug out. Oh, free ball almost, and it is. Turns out to be another Viking point. Mini 3-0 run here by the Vikings. See if they can get past. They haven't had more than a 3-0 run in this match yet. See if they can put a run together here. Dig. Good play by the Vikings at the net. Comes Hazelwood. To Duncan. They're going to get it over, it looks like. To Franklin. To Hazelwood. Duncan. And there's the fourth hit. Wow. That took a while.
Was that a kill by Hope? I
Yep.
kind of lost track.
Yep.
Okay.
Wasn't really a kill. It's just that she hit it over the net, but it went in the right spot.
Okay.
Good serve. Oh, Vikings can't get that one. Abernathy puts that one down, and the Vikings trail 20-18. But they got a 4-0 run to get back in the game after that 7-0 run by Nickerson. So
tell your players 1 point at a time.
Yep, here we go. That's a service error.
Ooh, that was a pretty big error on Nickerson's part, too, I feel like.
Third one of the match now.
I mean, you give Smoky Valley now within 1. You had a pretty decent lead there.
Katya back at the line to serve. And she returns the favor. Oh, no. First service error for the Vikings in this match. (21-19). Nickerson lead here.
This is that server that gave us some trouble last time.
Hope gets it over, but not a tremendous spike. And that one gets in there by Pickering, 22-19 lead.
Tell you what, Nickerson is focused, and they are going for the ball. They want this set.
And that hurts them. Another service error. That's their fourth of the match.
Wow, nice break for Smoky Valley. Let's see if our girls can close this out. Yeah.
Take advantage. Back Franklin to serve. She gets it in. Set coming. Tipped. Good. Hazelwood to Hope. Tipped. Vikings get the point. 21-22.
I have that down as Hope's 9th kill of the set. And make 15 on the night.
You need a point. You go to your hot player. Oh, almost a catch by Nickerson. Good play by Franklin. Peters to Hope. Good dig by Nickerson. Set coming. Tip by the Vikings. Good play by Franklin. Here comes Hope. Oh, that one's going to be out though. 23-21. Vikings trail by 2 to Nickerson.
I think Smoky Valley just likes to play 3 sets. They must just love the game so much. They just want to be on the court. That's what it is.
Must be. Blanchett with a great dig on that one. Good play by Tinley Scott.
Smart play by Tinley to see that open spot, put that ball right there where it counted.
But it started with Katia to get that. That was a great serve in there, and she dug it out nicely.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was going to end up on the ground with no touch.
Duncan with the serve. Nickerson. They're just going to get a free ball over for the Vikings. Here's Hazelwood with the set coming to Tinley Scott. A little tip over again, but played by Nickerson. Wow. 23 all.
Boy, 2 inches and that ball would have been in bounds.
Yeah.
It was that close.
That was close. Duncan again, great serve. Set coming. Oh, whatever, how that was just crawled over the net.
That's just bad luck is what that is. There's not much you can do about that. And that ball rolls on that net and drops.
Could have gone either way.
Yes.
It fell on the side of the Vikings. Here's game point for Nickerson now. Vikings got to get a stop here. Set coming to Avery. And Vikings tie it up at 24 all.
That was a big one. That was a big one. Now you at least have 2 points that they have to score instead of 1.
Coach Snyder did say that one of the games at Abilene the other night went to 34-36 or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it went 32-30.
And there's a point for the Vikings now. Match points for the Vikings at 25-24.
I thought maybe Nickerson was going to call a timeout.
Yeah, it made me think so. Serve. Wow. The Vikings win it 26-24. What a match to come back on. They were down 19-14 after Nickerson went on that 7-0 run.
I'm not so sure, Donnie. That serve, do you think that was close to being out?
It was very close because she hit it at the top of her hands, and she wasn't very far inbounds.
That's right.
So it certainly could have been inbounds, but it all adds up to a Viking victory somehow, and the Vikings win it 26-24. What do you got for some stats?
Yeah, I have Hope Duncan with 9 kills in that set, made her 15 on the night, and Katia Blanchett with 3 kills, which made her 8 for the night. Avery Allstat had 3 in the Nickerson game, but I do not have her down for any, and I'm not sure if that's correct or not. So the unofficial stats, of course, is what I'm giving here. Tinley Scott had an ace, 2 kills. Adrian Hazelwood had an ace. So Adrian Hazelwood also posted 9 assists, so 17 on the night for her.
Yeah, excellent night, and you don't get as many of those as you would if you played 3 sets, but glad they're just back on the 2-set routine now. They didn't let it go 3 sets, so that would have to give Coach Snyder a little bit of happiness in his heart.
Yeah, and I always felt like when the games got really close like that, that's when you really saw who the superior team was. And to overcome that deficit that they had and then come out and win 26-24. I would always take that as a coach anyway, that we were then the superior team. We were able to keep our composure enough to finish it out and post that victory.
Well, what a lot of confidence it's got to build for the Vikings now to come in here and take care of everything on senior night and get ready for sub-state now coming up on Saturday. It just has to make you feel really good, give the whole team a really good feeling in your heart.
Right, and I was talking to a couple of the girls in the commons between when Chapman and Nickerson were playing, and I said to them, can you believe the season's almost over? I mean, you're down to postseason now. And they said, no, it's gone so fast. And I said, I think every year we all feel like that. It goes so fast, and before you know it, it's over.
Yeah.
So
it is. It's segments. It's fall sports, and football's winding down. Tennis is already over. Cross country's about done. Volleyball's on their last event now. We hope it's not the last because you want sub-state and state.
Right.
And it goes quick. So we wish them the best of luck. And again, we'll have those games for you on the internet. Mike Rose will be having this live.smokyvalley.org. So we'll have these matches for you. And
I'll just do a shout out to two of our alums, Lainey Hay and Chloe Patrick, were here tonight to cheer on the Vikings. They were graduates from last year's state team. So always great to see those two gals, and Maddie Toll, Abby Rose, both having great collegiate careers, and so great to see those girls still involved with volleyball.
A lot of good things happening in Smoky Valley Volleyball as we see the banner up there for the runner-up from 2020, and 2022 should be up, or 2021 should be. Weren't we a runner-up?
Well, third place. We did third place last year.
Right. Third place last year.
We lost to Heritage Christian in the semis, and then they went on to win state. They moved from 2A to 3A last year.
So a lot of good competition coming up, but the Vikings regular season ends and postseason is coming up this Saturday. Any final thoughts on the matches tonight?
No, I really like the energy that Smoky Valley brought to this Nickerson game, and also kudos to Nickerson. I thought they matched our energy and battled. They didn't make it easy. And as a coach, before you go into sub-state, you don't really necessarily want tonight's games to be easy to where the girls are standing around. You want some fast pace and you want some competition, and I think Nickerson definitely brought that tonight for us.
No question about that. Again, we'll have those matches on Saturday. We'll also be on the air Friday night, radio and internet, for football, final regular season game against Nickerson, and then we'll find out where we go in the postseason for football. For Mike, back at the controls back here way up above, thank you very much. For Charlene, this is Don wishing everybody a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and shut down the live stream. Visit live.smokeyvalley.org for more live stream events from Smoky Valley. We got a busy week this week with concert on Thursday. Friday is senior night at football, and Saturday, of course, is sub-state volleyball right here at Smoky Valley Gym. So tune in, live.smokeyvalley.org, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Have a good night.